Hello, hello, Heal Squad. Happy Monday. It is a rainy, kind of gloomy, but beautiful Monday morning here. We've got some fall foliage in full display in Connecticut. I know that Los Angeles generally doesn't have any foliage changes. Although, Patty, I will say there is one tree behind my street that I would visit and take a photo every fall.
Oh my God. Are the leaves like red? Are they yellow? Are they like, what color are they?
If you're talking to Athena, red, yellow, blue, brown, and she wants blue, blue. I want a blue leaf. And I'm like, Athena, there's no blue leaves. I'll look, but I don't see any. No, they're all like, it is really like the last couple days, it's just started really popping and it's so gorgeous. But yeah, today I'm just gonna kind of check in with you guys, share a little bit about what's been going on lately. And so maybe grab your coffee or your green juice, whatever you guys are having, and let's have a little chat today. Our quote of the day: think of your energy as if it's expensive, as if it's a luxury item. Not everyone can afford it. And that's from the great Taylor Swift, everybody. Patty,
Oh my gosh.
love that quote.
I love that quote. She said it a couple of weeks back. And ever since she said that quote, I come back to it because our energy is so important to us. And it's so something that we should take sacred. And I'm glad she said that so the world can hear it, so they can understand where to put, their energy towards some days. Because sometimes we need to have that little reflection.
Have you changed the way you look at your time because of it?
I think so. I think now I try to prioritize the things that are most important to me, which is family, my husband, and my self-care. And for instance, I'm not looking at Instagram as much.
Me too.
It is an energy suck. It really is. And
Yeah.
when I catch myself, I'm like, stop it, put it down. So I think it's shifted a little bit of the perspective for me, like since I heard that, and I was like, yeah, I can't be wasting my energy on dumb things.
It's so
So,
true. I was thinking about the other day, I was like, I keep thinking that um I don't I don't know, like sometimes I'm just kind of not feeling as productive as I want to be. And I'm like, well,
mhm,
yeah, Instagram sucks time. Luckily, I've really changed that habit dramatically. But also, I was like, I really want to move more. I'm not getting enough steps in my day. And
mm,
I was recently in the Hamptons with a friend, and she was like, we got to get our steps. We got to get our steps. And she was like obsessive about it. But I appreciated it because it reminded me that I wasn't getting mine.
wow,
And so yesterday morning, I was like, I had made a commitment to the full moon the other night. There was this beautiful full moon.
yes,
My yard was lit like a stadium.
yeah,
Okay. And I just started talking to the moon.
that's
And
good. I
and
like
God
that.
was the moon and moon was God. And I was like, I am going to start waking up in the morning and just going for that walk because I wake up in the morning and I go
Hmm.
see night nurse and baby
Hmm.
and Kevin and Athena. And we'll play blocks and I'll read books with her. And I really have loved that slow morning. But I was like, I need to move. So I said, Athena, let's go. We're going to go for a walk. And she's like, no, no. And she kind of kicked and screamed a little bit. But I got her in
Yeah.
that carriage and we walked and we
Oh, that's
saw trees and a chicken cross the road. And that was exciting. And
good.
I was like, oh, this feels so good. The air was so fresh. And I don't know what happened, but I think I stole the beautiful weather from LA and brought it here because I heard it's been a little chilly there.
Yeah, it's been chilly in the morning. It's a little humid. I mean, we're never gonna get a season like people get in Connecticut or people get on the East Coast, like those season changes, um but it's starting to get chillier and hopefully it stays like that. But the mornings are very crisp. So, and
Yeah.
then they'll shift in the afternoon. But
Well, we've had like 80-degree weather here, and
oh
I'm
my gosh.
in heaven because it's so beautiful. I'm still getting my sun. I'm
Oh, that's good.
outside. And then the foliage, like the background of the beautiful, like scenery with the warm
Uh-huh.
temperatures is a whole other level of awesomeness. So I went for a great walk yesterday. It really just set my day. And I
Hmm.
forget how much movement matters. Like motion equals emotion. Tony
Yes.
Robbins taught us. And so I got my motion
Hmm.
yesterday. I made my commitment to the moon and to God the other night that I was going to just stop letting the things that were getting me down. Yes, sometimes they're big things, and it sounds like it's appropriate for them to bring you down
Yeah.
and that you have a good excuse. But I was like, no, I know, Patty, at a ripe 47, that no
Mhm.
matter what it is, tomorrow it's going to be a little less.
Yeah.
The next day it's going to be a little less. And the next day it's going to be a little less. And things are going to change and shift and evolve. And eventually, even the worst things get worked out. Like I remember the first time I had a lawsuit to deal with,
Mhm.
I lost 10 pounds. I thought my life was over. It was like awful. And then the second time it happened, I was like, yeah, I know how this goes. I got it. It's going to work out. Like some way, somehow it's going to work out. Like I don't care anymore. And
Yeah.
so I am like, you know what? I am going to make my commitment to me because my future self would be so mad that I
Yeah.
was allowing myself to be dragged down by anything. It doesn't
Mm.
matter what it is. And that I allowed my health to deteriorate. And that was a great wake up call this week because I went to the hospital last Monday with
Mm.
severe vertigo. I woke up at 6 a.m. Athena wanted a bottle, and
Mhm.
I felt like I did a sideways 360 flip and then was in a boat rocking side to side. I've never had that feeling before. Have you ever had vertigo?
No, but my mom has had vertigo before. She actually suffers from it. And so she's told me about some of that same experience. Like you feel like just you're rocking on a boat, like everything is sh shifting around you. And you feel like you're gonna fall
Like,
because
yeah.
you're unstable.
You, there is, I don't know, it's the scariest feeling in the world. I was terrified and I
Wow.
just, knowing I have a brain tumor in my head, I was even more nervous. So I went to the
Mm.
hospital. I was so grateful when I left that hospital with just vertigo as my diagnosis.
Oh, great. Yes.
I was like, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. And I started to kind of figure out, like, first I couldn't lay all the way flat.
Hmm.
Sorry, that's my alarm. I couldn't lay flat. So luckily, when I got my new bed in the guest room, I got an adjustable mattress for free, like the
Uh-huh.
adjustable base. I was like, yes, I want it. Thanks. I'm like, as somebody who's had so many surgeries, you know how important it is to have an adjustable mattress in your house. So if you ever have the option, take it, guys, because it's huge. So I slept elevated.
Uh-huh.
Then the next night I was able to go a little lower. And in the interim, we did an interview with my acupuncturist, and he called me back and he's like, why didn't you call me? And I was like, I can't even see straight. So I wasn't even thinking. So he and I went through different points. He's like, I need you to sit down. So I was outside and he did a couple points, and I was like, no, I kind of feel worse with that. And I kind of got a little discouraged because he always has the answer. So he goes,
Hmm.
okay, I need you to lay down. So I went inside. I laid down, I did something, and it was left presenting vertigo. So I went to my left, and all of a sudden you hear me screaming, I'm spinning, I'm spinning. Oh my God. And I
Oh
was
my God.
freaked out. And then I got my equilibrium back, and he goes, okay, try this. So basically, behind your head, and you can tell your mom, and for anybody who's listening in the
Hmm.
Heal Squad who has vertigo, we have acupressure points all over our body. And that's what I love about Anthony is I've learned so much about acupressure. But you
Hmm.
have at the base of the back of your skull, you have two like imagine like bone nugget round things. If you
Mm.
put your thumbs underneath there,
Yep.
right? You find that ridge and you put your thumb underneath really hard. Then see this muscle in my neck right here? You
Yep.
squeeze this because this is what's tight. And you go all the way down. And that is what released it. And a minute later, after I was screaming going to my left, doing the
Uh-huh.
spins, I went to the left and I could lay completely flat on my left side and not have any issue.
Oh, wow. So wait, so did it was it like um basically what side you have it on? So if it's
Yeah, so I
left
did it on my
facing
left,
and you
but
did
if
on
you
your
have it on
left.
your right, you squeeze this muscle on the right. And by the way, this is a
Gosh.
pressure point that does a lot of other things. I don't remember what the other things are. So, like when you do acupuncture, they'll touch your points up here with a
Right.
needle. So you can touch all these points in your head as well. And then there's this point in between your thumb and your index
Yeah.
finger. But like a lot of us, I think, have been trained to squeeze the webbing. You really have to push up into the bone corner here.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
you have to find the tender spot and you hold that. That's another point that's really good for this, for vertigo.
Yeah.
And by the way, this works for dry lips. It works for so many other things.
That's right.
So my lips stopped being dry because I've been doing these points really regularly for the vertigo. And then, funny enough, I also went to my bodywork guy here, and he does acupressure points. So he also released my neck that was super tight. I'm now
Got it.
wondering if my neck adjustment recently didn't kind of trigger it and make it
Oh,
tight because I've never had this before. They also say vertigo can be, and this is what my bodywork guy Alex said, that when the change of season comes, it can happen, and you need to have local honey from within 2 miles of your area.
huh.
And so I went to a couple of farms the other day trying to find local honey in our town.
Yeah.
The cutest little farm with a little general store in there, and I got some
Oh.
fresh honey from our town. And so if I start having it now, it will prepare me for next year.
So why is did he say exactly like why honey? Is there something?
Yeah, because it's the bees are pollinating the stuff here that's the allergen that I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
like that. It's I don't know. I'm not really good at explaining it, but
Yeah.
I was really blown away and again just so impressed by the
Wow.
idea that there are simple little solutions for these problems that people suffer forever. I've now
Hmm.
heard of friends who are debilitated and in bed for weeks and months because of this. And I'm just
Yeah.
grateful that mine lasted 1 week. I am now
Wow.
vertigo free. There's like a almost like a weird like 2% haze sometimes that I feel.
Yeah.
It's like so slight that I'm like, is it that? Am I being paranoid or is it?
Yeah.
But I think that I'm really trying to stay continuously doing these points because you can't just do them once. You have to
Yeah.
do them. And I don't know if Anthony's episodes aired. I don't think they have yet, right?
No, they haven't aired. They're coming up. They're definitely
So
coming up.
when
Yeah.
you guys hear Anthony, he
Hmm.
shares like he had all these allergies, even to like cats, and he overcame them with the points, but he had to be disciplined about doing
Hmm.
them every day. And so I think that that's really important. And I'm just like grateful that this show has given me the ability to meet all these incredible people that just do unlock these little
Yeah.
things that make such a big difference.
And I think like from what I can remember, I don't think did they give you like a medication for vertigo, like when you went
Yeah,
into the
it's called
hospital?
You Should Have Seen Me. I'm in the hospital and they want to give me meclizine. And I'm like, oh my God, a medication. I can't. And I'm
Yes.
panicking. And I'm in there with my dad. God bless this poor man. I was like, not another hospital visit for him.
Oh Lord.
And then my brother showed up and Kevin got on a plane. He was making a movie in
Yeah.
and he like got on a plane. Everyone rallied. I was really blessed. But um, I think I was really scared because one of the things
Hmm.
I want people to be aware of is you're in a hospital and sometimes you think that they are paying attention to everything. And I watched, they were understaffed, they were overwhelmed. People would come
Hmm.
in and they'd be like, oh, they didn't do this. Oops, all right, I guess we'll do it. Like it was kind of like Okay, thought you guys are okay, got it. Um, but I always now try to pay very close attention to these things where sometimes I forget to, I'm human, but I was like, okay, what if meclizine is going to interfere with anything that I'm on and I'm going to have a, bad reaction,
Hmm.
but I was going to have to go into an MRI machine and lay flat. And
Oh,
wasn't able to lay flat without the spins. And there's nothing worse than I have a slight claustrophobia that
yeah,
I can talk myself out of and stay calm, but it's there.
right.
And so I remember talking to the nurse extensively, asking her a million questions. And then I called my friend Deirdre was a nurse, and I just finally got to the place where I was like, oh, it's basically like Dramamine. Okay, can't be.
Um,
So I was like, okay, I'm taking it. And I took it, thank God. And I did have to take it a few times the first couple of days. And then I was able to get off of it, which was great. But
yeah.
um, it's interesting. It was also like a little bit of a wake-up call for me. I feel like I have been on this path for so long. And it's funny, I'm going to see Dr. Allison tomorrow, and I'm like, I feel like some stuff has to switch up. And I feel like some of it is I am like a little hyper focused on my health.
Hmm.
And I think that I need to loosen up a little and I need to, yeah, loosen up a little. And I think I need
Yeah,
inward. And so I've been doing some EMDR with Tammy Valicenti, who's been on the show before.
yeah,
And I think that I'm focusing on more fun.
yeah.
And so I'm just kind of, I think it's like going to be a new era of kind of going inward, being a little less rigid and a little bit more even inquisitive about things.
Yeah,
No matter who tells me it's bad
yeah.
or great, because it's hard. Like we're all relying on each other to do the research.
Hmm.
And
Exactly.
sometimes, you forget that the red light we loved 3 years ago is not as good as the new red light, let's say, that's coming out now. And
True.
so we also have to keep in mind that like things are changing so quickly. We need to also be adapting and saying, well, is this as good as this one? And maybe I should be making, some adjustments, or you know what? Is this protocol even doing anything for me? Right? Like, for
Right.
example, like I want to look at my stuff with Dr. Allison, like, what's changed in 3 years? Like, let's see, you know?
Yeah. And I think you have gathered like so much information over the years to really kind of pick and pull what's going to be best for you because we all know that one thing that works for somebody is not going to work for everybody.
Yeah.
And I think we've heard it so many times from all of the experts that we've had on the show and like that tell us that and even you telling us like we have to become that CEO of our health. It's really trying to for each of us understand, okay, what's going to help us better, what worked and what didn't work. So for you, if the vertigo, if you feel like that acupressure points like really worked for you, so maybe there is no case to take a Western type of medicine,
Yeah.
that can treat something like that. But I think what's awesome about the show is that it helps everybody explore like other
Mhm.
modalities and other ways to address health concerns. And I've even noticed that like with things that I'm doing, I'm like, okay, like they're telling me this one thing, but what if there's more to explore? What if there's something else that can help it? I think even like from the takeaway with Anthony when we were talking, he also talks about the show about certain Chinese medicine ways or hacks to help certain things. And there was one day where I was just like feeling so like bloated and constipated. And he said, drink hot water. Like that just goes straight for the hot water. I drank the hot water and immediately, like right after, I felt so much relief. Like I felt relief. And I was like, okay, so maybe this does work. And if it ever happens again, I think I'm going to try it again and then just,
Yeah.
and test it out. And you always say, like, just test everything out and see
Yeah.
if it works for you, for sure.
Yeah. I think that's such a great example. Like tried it, it worked. Now
Yeah.
I would say it's something that's something to kind of keep in your routine because hot water is so good for you. So he told me that and
Uh-huh.
I started doing hot water before and after meals. I
That's
had
smart. Yeah.
some point, and by the way, guys, like I'm gonna be trying stuff and finding out that it works or it doesn't work. Like I
Yeah.
had read somewhere that if you drink water before your meal, you water down your enzymes.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I wasn't having water before or right after. And then I'd go do stuff. And then it'd be time for another meal again. So then guess who wasn't drinking enough water? And I was like, oh no, no wonder I was constipated. No wonder I was
No
suffering. I
wonder.
wasn't drinking any hot water. Now I'm drinking hot water and I'm going great. But I'm gonna make mistakes too. But I think it really is about the journey. But I think it's examining everything and saying, like, okay, it's like anything else. Like, is this relationship working? Is this
Yeah.
job working for me? Like, is this protocol still working for me? Like, I've been looking at my nightly supplements and I'm like, oh my God, I can't do it. So when the
Yeah.
vertigo happened, I'm like, I'm cutting everything. I really think I am gonna go into my I'm not going to be as rigid era and see what.
Good.
And by the way, it's an experiment. I will say that being in Connecticut has been really inspiring for me because I know when I started Dr. Joe and I knew we were going to want to implant and do all those things, I would, in the movie of my mind, envision that I would watch my dad and Athena run hand in hand in
Mm,
like the grassy knoll of the yard. And
yeah.
I would run with her and we would have fun and just the carefreeness of that energy. And I'm capturing those moments. And it literally feels like a dream come true to watch her and my dad running. Or the last 2 days, I had some play dates with friends. So my one friend brought her son, and I said,
Hmm.
we're going to go on a wagon ride through the trails and we're going to pick leaves and we're going to make an art project. And so we made our art projects and she texted me and she's like, the simplicity of that day was just so magical. We're
Oh, so good.
in the middle of the woods and the leaves are falling on us. And Athena's like, I want a blue leaf. I'm like, okay, I'll try. Um, and then her other two friends came over yesterday and I almost started crying because
Oh,
I'm watching three little kids play in the yard, run around and yell and jump in the grass. And then I had them sit on these my dad cut all these trees and he made these little wood stools and stumps
uh-huh.
and there was a rock with all this dirt. And Kevin's like, "Oh, I'm going to clean the rock." I'm like, "No, let them play in the dirt. It's so cool." And so they're in the rock, and I took these pictures of them, and I was like, "This is what life is about. This
Yeah.
makes my heart sing." Like Kevin was like, "Maria, what makes your heart sing? What makes you happy?" And I was like, "It's Athena. Like what we did yesterday was
Yeah.
perfect day for me. It's what I've always dreamed of and wanted. And so I'm very inspired back here. I also feel like my nervous system is just so much calmer.
Yeah.
I don't have to be afraid. It's very dangerous, unfortunately, in LA, as you know, and the crime
Yeah.
is crazy. And so,
So can you confirm that like, coming back to the East Coast or Connecticut, can you confirm that it has been healing and it has been something that has been a positive, just light in your life?
oh, 100%. I
Yeah.
mean, going to little farms. We went to an alpaca farm last weekend and we're feeding. Athena's like so brave. She's just like
Yeah.
feeding alpacas and donkeys and they got these big ass teeth, guys. And she's just like giving them her hand and it's just so cute. I love this. This makes me so happy. I do still enjoy popping in to New York or like still
Hmm.
a minute of the other stuff, whether it was like the Hamptons and going to a Metallica concert. But in
Yeah.
this era of life, you could not pay me enough. to not be in that moment I had yesterday in the
Oh my,
grass at the play
wow.
yard and just
Wow.
with the kids. And by the way, and then they stayed for dinner. It was like a last minute thing. They stayed for dinner, and I'm sitting across from three little kids. And I was like, oh my gosh, I really wish I could have more. Like, this would be so
Uh,
incredible to have a whole house. And then they're running around the house. And I was like, this is amazing. You get this because you have more than one. So like, I know it's also very hard.
yeah. Well, there's still time. There's always time. I always say there's always time. You still
Yeah.
have time.
Oh, it's been really beautiful, and I feel like that's the new dream is just getting to be present with her
Hmm.
and present with nature. Like I said, I'm sitting outside talking to the moon. I've been doing solo fire pit nights.
Oh,
Because
nice.
Kevin has to go to bed early with her now, where I'm off duty. Before
Yeah.
he was in Georgia, I was on duty. And so I'm taking advantage of the fact that I can go sit at the fire pit. This is what I do. I see sunset at the fire pit. And
Yeah.
I turn on my John Edward, his Robert, I forget the name of his author, co-author.
Oh, Hilland.
Chasing Evil. Robert Hilland.
Yep.
So it's
Hmm.
called Chasing Evil.
Hmm.
It is the best audiobook you will ever listen to. Holy absolute shit. I die. I text him every night. I'm like, John, I cannot tell you how blown away I am by this book and by your predictions and the accuracy and the connection you guys have. It's insane. But I also have been realizing, even just listening to his process,
Hmm.
how much of a connection I have with my own intuition because
Mm.
I am very, very intuitive. I've definitely shut a lot of it off out of fear at times.
Yeah.
Like even in the recent social post we did with Mary and DeMarco, you see
Mm.
me say, well, I would tune in and say, something's wrong with my pancreas. And that was months before I was diagnosed with well, it was like a month and a half before I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes.
Yeah.
Believe that really did start as the pancreas tumor, but and then the pancreas cancer. So it was like two
Wow.
pancreas things. And I just casually tuned in. And then recently, I was told where I blurted out that someone was pregnant.
Mm.
And I was recently told that they didn't know they were pregnant in that moment. And I just was like, this person's pregnant. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, I'm just kidding. But I wasn't.
But not.
And so I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm kind of asking God, I'm like, I used to be scared, but like now I think I'm ready. Like let's open these channels up. Like if this is a gift that you gave me, I
Yes.
wanna like explore it more. So I'm
I
having
love that.
conversations outside at night by myself with the moon, and it's been so nice in my little tea. So I'll do like my elderberry tea or mushroom wellness tea, and I'm just cozy with my little blanket. It's been so nice.
Oh my gosh, I love that for you. I really do love that. I mean, you do have intuitive powers. I feel like you do. Like it's for as long as I've known you, like, yeah, you will kind of say things before they happen. And, I think you need to hone in on that.
I know. It's funny because Kevin's seen it over all the years.
Yeah.
And I think like it's so easy to kind of poo-poo it. So I'm always like, no, 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 no. But I do know that I am,
Hmm.
but yeah, and Athena is as well. So she recently has done some stuff and said some stuff where you're like, wait, how?
Yeah.
Like she was saying we needed to pray for somebody in our life that they were sick in church
Oh.
out of
Oh.
nowhere, and they were. And I
Oh
didn't
my
know either.
gosh.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
but my mom was. I don't know if my grandmother was. I wish I
Oh,
had asked that. I got to ask my aunt, but my mom definitely was. And I know I was and am and I see it in her already too. So John was like, don't make a big deal when she says stuff. Because she said she saw my mom one day. I was like, ah. So
oh my God. Well, she for sure saw your mom. I really do believe sometimes children can hold. a higher power, I think, than we can as adults.
Yeah.
And
Well,
just like, yeah.
Marco said, we all have it in us. I think
Hmm.
there's varying degrees, but I also think it's again part of like what I talk about here all the time is listening to your inner self.
Yeah.
Some people can listen more, some people trust it more, and some people don't.
Yeah. Well, I love that your energy is shifting that way. That's amazing. Speaking of energy shifts
Thank
from the
you.
top.
Yeah.
Um,
Um,
yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm going to be coming back to LA to host this big event for my friend Anastasia, the eyebrow guru. She wrote this book called
Mm,
Raising Brows, and we'll have her on the show soon to talk about how she built this billion-dollar empire. Guys, a billion-dollar empire off of eyebrows. So if you think your idea is small, it's because your vision of what's possible is small. Because anything, look at Dr. Pimple Popper. We had just taped
mhm.
an interview with her. It's going to be coming out soon. She's making a huge business out of popping pimples. Like, who would think?
Who would think?
Who would think? So it's limitless. It's just the limits we place on ourselves. And so
Hmm.
when you think about it, and I am guilty of this a lot, is it goes back to the quote, think of your energy as expensive. Think of
Hmm.
it as a luxury item that no one can afford. Where are you putting your energy?
Yep.
Because if you are not accomplishing the things that you want to accomplish, it's because you're not putting any energy into it. And I'm guilty of it a lot. There are so many things that I really, really want to do. And I'm like, okay, lame ass, start focusing on it, start doing something, putting some energy behind it. Like even yesterday, I was talking to
Yeah.
Priscilla about like the vision for the next health event and
Yeah.
heal retreat. And I have some ideas. And then we kind of put something on paper and I wasn't inspired by it. And it was
Oh,
like I was holding off and holding off. And I was like, you know what, Maria, go outside, sit in the grass, and just dream of what you would want to go to. And so I started dreaming and I started writing all these things of like, what do I want to feel? What do I want when I go into this? And I'm like, oh, this is so easy when you think about it like that, rather than thinking about it cerebrally, like, what would
yeah.
you want? It's like, no, what do you want? And
Hmm.
so I just kind of wrote it all down. I accidentally texted it to my bodywork guy. I go, oops, sorry. I
Oh,
go, yes. I go, I do envision you being a part of this, ironically. And he goes, farm animals? And I go, this is just a dream board. And I go, but yes, maybe a moose needs to, attend.
ooh,
Hazard.
some goats and some chickens need to be there as well.
Yeah.
I love
But
that.
it was really funny. But yeah, I think, remember motion equals emotion and
Yep.
where focus goes, energy flows. So if you want something, you start focusing on it and nothing is too small. No idea is too little. Just go for it and give it your everything. And so with that, I'm gonna give having lunch with Athena my everything
Yes.
and leave this right here. But friends, thank you for being on this journey with us. And thanks for sharing the show with people and helping us get it to more heel squatters in training who want to be a part of the journey. I am dreaming up kind of the next thing. I don't know what it's going to be, where it's going to be, how it's going to look. But I'm starting to dream again, and I think that that's exciting. So, in
I
the
love that.
meantime, thank you, Patty, for joining me today.
Love it. Always love joining you.
And be nice people, make good choices, and be present. Hey, Heal Squad. We have been on quite the journey together, and we're hearing from so many of you just how much this show is helping you heal and get better, and it makes us feel so good. We love, love, love it, and we just ask that you don't keep it to yourself. Spread the message and share the show or your favorite episode with your friends. And if you want to help us even more, you can leave us a 5-star rating and a comment on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and follow us on Instagram at Heal Squad. You can also DM us anytime because we love connecting with you. And finally, you can also join us on Patreon for our monthly live heal events with world-class healers and ad-free episodes exclusive only to Patreon and our Super Heal Squad for as little as $10 a month.
So go to patreon.com/Heal Squad to join. Getting better isn't easy, friends, but as I say all the time, it's a whole lot easier if we can do it together. We love you all so much, and we love doing this thing called life with you.
This podcast and all related content published or distributed by or on behalf of Maria Menounos or MariaMenounos.com is for informational purposes only and may include information that is general in nature and that is not specific to you. Any information or opinions expressed or contained herein are not intended to serve as or replace medical advice, nor to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any disease, condition, illness, or injury, and you should consult the healthcare professional of your choice regarding all matters concerning your health, including before beginning any exercise, weight loss, or healthcare program. If you have or suspect you may have a healthcare emergency, please contact a qualified healthcare professional for treatment. Any information or opinions provided by a guest expert or host featured within website or on company's podcast are their own, not those of Maria Menounos or the company. Accordingly, Maria Menounos and the company cannot be responsible for any results or consequences or actions you may take based on information or opinions.